Hello you lot, this is KeefCooks. I'm Keef, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken schnitzel and German potato salad. So schnitzel comes from Germany, Austria, and there's the famous Weiner Schnitzel which comes from Vienna, which is veal, and we're not going to use that. In fact, schnitzels can be pretty much any meat, as long as you can hammer it flat. So I made a tester of this last week with some turkey breast that we had left over, and it was marvellous, so I thought I'd show you good people how to do it, but not with turkey, today with chicken. It also commonly gets made with pork or veal, and it's very, very easy. So easy, in fact, that I won't get a full-length video out of it, so I'm also going to show you how to make a version of German potato salad. And I know I'm going to get hammered in the comments because your grandma didn't make it the same as her grandma, etc. The truth is, nobody's grandma makes it the same as anybody else's grandma, but there are major differences. Some of them include bacon, some of them peel the potatoes, some of them don't. Some of them have a mayonnaise base, but most of them have a vinegary base. So, you know, there's no actual authentic German potato salad, but I'm sure what I make will be very, very nice. So let's do it. If you enjoy this video, please share, like, subscribe, etc. And without further ado, let's get a schnitzel on. Okay, we're going to start with the potato salad because that takes a bit longer. So I've got 500 grams of waxy potatoes, skin on at the moment, a cup of chicken stock, a teaspoon each of salt and sugar, a third of a cup of cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and a small onion and a small handful of parsley to garnish, or chopped chives if you want. Now we need to get the potatoes cooking first of all. So these are pretty clean. If yours have got soil on or stuff, you could scrub them, but don't peel them, except I've removed some of the eyes in there. So in the pan, just add enough cold water to cover them, and then pop them on the stove, bring them to the boil, and let them cook for 20 to 30 minutes until they are tender. Alright, I'm going to make the schnitzel. So I'll take that tenderloin piece off. I might do a mini schnitzel with that, but with the rest of it I'm going to try and butterfly it horizontally. And then we need to flatten them. So I'll get some plastic film and wrap it. Well, just make sure it's covered both sides. And you might have a meat tenderizer, sort of mallet kind of thing. I don't, but I've got a big rolling pin. Quite thin, 2 or 3 millimeters, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so there's my skinny bits of chicken. Look at that, fantastic. So now I'm going to crumb them. I've got flour, I've got beaten egg, I've got some breadcrumbs. Not making my own because the blender's broken. Alright, so take a bit of squashed chicken, cover it in flour, get that nicely coated in egg, both sides, and then into the breadcrumbs. Lovely. This was the little fake flap bit that it just fell apart. So I'll still cook it, it'd be nice. Nice little snack. Right, I'm going to set these aside. The potatoes are finally cooked. I have to say, I find this method of doing it completely bizarre. I've never done it this way before. I would peel the potatoes, cut them into chunks and boil them, and they'd be done in 10 minutes. This has taken, to get an entire potato cooked all the way through, probably 40 minutes. And they're still not peeled. Anyway, I'm going to drain them. Okay, now we pop potatoes into a bowl of cold water. And this is just to cool them enough so you can handle them. And now we're supposed to peel the skin off. Now we have to thinly slice the potatoes. These were waxy potatoes. I actually went to 2 different supermarkets to track these down. But, oh, maybe I've overcooked them. They're not supposed to turn to mush like this. I'm loving this recipe, can't you tell? Okay, now we transfer the sliced tatties to a bowl and then pour over the chicken stock. And let that sit for 5 minutes, and some of it will be soaked up into the spuds and make them become gorgeous, I expect. Now we need to mix the oil. That's 2 tablespoons of extra virgin rapeseed oil. You might want to use olive oil or anything else. 3 tablespoons of cider vinegar. Smells a bit sharp. A teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Okay, and the chopped onion. Now we need to drain the stock from the tatties. I'm not throwing it away though, because I reckon that'd be quite tasty and something. Now we'll pour the dressing over the potatoes and just gently fold it in, because we don't want the spuds to disintegrate too much, or at all in fact. And then throw in the chopped parsley. Okay, and that can sit and wait until we're ready for it. It's supposed to be served warm. So now we're going to fry the schnitzels. So you want a good glug of nice oil in your frying pan. Put it onto medium heat and throw in a bit of, well, there's a spare bit of chicken there. Just put that in. When that starts to sizzle, you know the oil is heated. And you can add the real things, the schnitzels. These escalopes are so thin, I don't think they'll take any time at all to cook. But when they are cooked, take them out, drain them on a kitchen paper and serve them up with your wonderful German potato salad. Mm-mm. And now it's this time with Mrs. KeefCooks.
Hello people. I don't know.
What is this? Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Those are not noodles.
No, they're not noodles. I never said they would be.
No, but you know, in The Sound of Music, she sings about schnitzel with noodles.
Oh, that would be Spätzle.
Oh.
Which I wish I'd done, but German potato salad is traditional.
Lemony.
Lemony, yeah. And what do you think?
It's interesting.
That's what I say when I don't like something.
No, but it's meant as an accompaniment, isn't it? So you have to have the thing it accompanies.
With the thing?
Mouthful.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's not bad, actually. German potato salad.
And I have to tell you, it's really nice. So, yeah, sometimes when you're standing here and it's like, right, get a mouthful, make face, talk. It's not quite like that, but you know how it feels sometimes. And you think, I'm not doing justice to this. But I've just had 5-10 minutes off camera and it's, nom.
You often do that, though. After we've finished recording, she says, "I'm a bloody million."
Yeah. But,
or something like that.
No, but when when you've got to you just take a taste and it doesn't have time to work on your palate, darling. It sounds so poncy, but it's true. Anyway, yeah, I'm quite happy standing here eating schnitzel.
All right, but we're going.
Are we?
So,
okay.
Well. Very good. Okay, well, thank you for watching. And see you next time.
Sorry, I've been working, then I was gardening, so I've had enough really.